Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Pit Stop, where we aim to give you tools to refresh, refuel, and recharge your day. Listen, another month has come upon us. It is December, and it is a month full of birthdays. Listen, we've been celebrating all month, and we're also going to be acknowledging some birthdays, and we're also going to be talking about all things Christmas. So watch this. Praise God. My wife and I were just discussing this the other day. Do you know December is the month that we celebrate Christ's birth, right? So December is the time that we celebrate the birth. But there are Bible scholars and there's commentaries that suggest that the birth may have been in September or the birth may have been in October. We've got certain holidays that we celebrate throughout the United States that the celebration may be on a certain day, but the person's milestone, so to speak, is on a different day. And it's the same way with Christmas. We would never be able to pinpoint that Christ was born on December 25th. And so we don't want anybody out here thinking that, oh, we're celebrating the birth of Christ on the day that Christ was actually born, because that's not true. That's not true. As a matter of fact, if you look at the different feasts that were going on, you look at the different opportunities that the Jews had to worship, then you can kind of pinpoint those months and kind of figure out, when Jesus Christ was actually born.
Well, I like holidays in general. I love all of the holidays. I know that people have reservations for holidays. I'm a teacher, so we're kind of forced to celebrate holidays and plan our lectures and our lesson plans around holidays. Me personally, where I work right now, they don't celebrate Christmas. The majority, I would say, of the community doesn't celebrate Christmas, but there are people who do. And for me, I'm just open-minded, I guess, when it comes to holidays, because I think a lot of times, for me, I'm a creative person, and I see a lot of people's creativity come out around them, but I do see how some people can make certain holidays, including Christmas, more of, like, idolatry or whatever, just like how people, go out on in the past, have gone out on Black Friday and just have really done the most, bought all these gifts and just, honestly, bad practices of, like, capitalism in this country specifically. But I don't know. I like the holidays, like Brother D said, like, it's hard to divert from tradition. And, I grew up going to church and, like, doing Christmas plays and doing the Christmas musical. And, at First Church, we would do the Christmas cookies. Like, I don't know what that was called, but it was like after the musical, you would do the Christmas cookies. And it got everybody in the spirit. I don't think that people necessarily think about the birth of Jesus, in the front of their mind. I think that's often put in the back of their mind, just because, when you hear certain songs, Santa Claus is coming to town, like those types of songs it's not God they're talking about. So,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's awesome. I like that. And I like the part that you mentioned about idols, because people have made now, instead of, and I appreciate the fact that people during this time acknowledge the birth of Christ. And so there's a focus on it, right? But there are some people that have made Christmas an idol. They've made, the things of Christmas an idol, that they'll do more for Christmas than they would do for Christ throughout any other part of the year. And I think we do have to be careful with that, because, again, that's why I said give gifts throughout the year. Don't just make that one day the day that you're going to give gifts, and don't make it so oh, I gotta decorate my house so I can't make it to church, or I can't pray, or I can't do. So listen, we can't make an idol out of this day, but it's important for us, and I think it's important for the world to acknowledge that Christ was born. Man, it's a significant day to help the world to understand that this significant birth came to happen. Well, I'm glad you had a chance to stop into the Pit Stop today. I hope you found something to help you refuel, refresh, and recharge your day. See you next week.